Hey, IDS 301, welcome to Module 2 on January 20th. It'll be tomorrow from where I sit up here in Prescott, Arizona. Yeah, I just watched this and all of my wonderful students from Northern California. Be careful now, okay? It's not a time to get snarky with the guy who controls your grades. I'm just kidding. It was a tough game. My team did just fine this year. And next year it'll be better. Okay, let's get to work. All right, I got 51 students yet. You're still in here, you're still hanging on. Great to read your introductions. Man, they were really good. Some of them were, I mean, really, really, really good. Um, and I appreciate the fact that you share your introduction with everyone. Brings us all closer together, like I try to do with these videos. And you know, music was great. It was getting rough there for a minute because I probably got through 25 of them before I saw a song that I recognized. It's getting rough out here, folks. Not a lot of 70s or 80s music people here. And I do like some 90s, the new music. Anyways, all right. So I appreciated it. It was great. Um, and then I think we did a worksheet or something, but remember integration, right? So um, if you sent me the Easter eggs last week and remembered how I emphasized it, then you did discussion 1.2 and you didn't put integration in there, man, come on. That's just, remember what I said. Former students would tell you that this guy just eats integration alive. He loves integration. When you put integration with interdisciplinary studies, you got it. Okay. So I think I rewarded people who used it 5, 6, 8 times. I don't care. I like it because that means you get it. Because again, describing interdisciplinary studies to be like combining or blending or fruit salad or marrying or doing all these things, it's just, you don't try to have to improve on it. I said it last week. It's integration. The difference between interdisciplinary studies and disciplinary studies is integration. Okay, multidisciplinary is not integration, interdisciplinary is integration. And I want you to keep on that because it's just a simpler complex concept to comprehend. Okay, so remember that. Oh my God, sorry. I can't believe I'm this tired. All right. By the way, if you work ahead in this class, be careful. A, I won't be grading your stuff until past the due date it actually comes. B, just be careful, okay? Because I might give you some tips in these videos and I'm not going to put them out until it starts. So just beware. But I appreciate the enthusiasm, but just be careful, all right? All right, the learning modules for Module 2. By the end of this module, you'll be able to gain awareness of the history, background, and context of interdisciplinary studies in the IDS program. Define and explain the following terms: academic disciplines, intradisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinary. Okay, and integrative thinking. Introduce yourself to the class. We did that already, didn't we? What am I looking at here? This is module 2, right? No. Yeah, introduce yourself to the class. I'm sorry, you guys. I got 3 classes this time. I thought we already did introductions. I think we did. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So, module 2 has actions, module actions, tells you what to do. There's 7 things on the list here, but then there's the last one is complete the plan of study assignment. And the plan of study should be pretty clear. There's student examples there. 2 of them are good student examples. The last one's way too good, but and I wouldn't expect that. But take a look at that. I'm going to jump ahead because we're going to go over each one of these anyways. Structure video, what I'm doing now, email me the 3 Easter eggs, 3, 3, 3. There will be 3. And just go with that. Let's do the first Easter egg right away, okay? And I'm going back to that original because you guys, I told you how crazy I am, but IDS equals integration. All right, good. All right, so we got the Easter eggs going next. The learning materials, the reading, Tanner, chapters 1 and 2. It's packed with important information on things. So chapter 1 is Defining Integrative and Interdisciplinary Studies. It's 10 pages. Chapter 2, The History of Interdisciplinarity. Pack that in 7 pages. Not that difficult, but very important to read it to get your foundation. I'm trying to get your foundation here. All right, I'm teaching a couple of IDS 302 classes, and I've expected them to learn a lot of this, and now we're on to applying the interdisciplinary skills in different ways. All right, so you're also going to read Meath. Very important article. Dr. Prasdia and I emphasize that here. It's huge. It's just one page. Sorry about that. Just one page. And you guys are boring the hell. You're not boring. I'm boring you. All right. It's one page, and it's talking to you about these terms, all right, of the pyramid, which we're going to see in a little bit. All right. Then there's an article, Humphreys, Why Learning is Integrative. That one is 2 pages. Okay. Meath is 1 page. Tanner 1 and 2 we talked about. Then I want you to pull up the pyramid and the approaches. And I'm going to show you this, okay? I just unplugged my thing. All right. This is the disciplinary pyramid. All right. So you can see it. It's important to understand the context here. It's not that it gets more important going up. It gets a little more complex, perhaps. What does it say? Single discipline. Intradisciplinary is single discipline, just single discipline. Okay? We're just working with engineering. That's it, you know. Cross-disciplinary. That's when you see, look at, analyze something from point of view of one discipline through the eyes of another one, lens of another one. For example, looking at terrorism as a psychologist, looking at terrorism through religious studies, okay? Looking at music through mathematics. You see what I'm doing there? Okay. So not necessarily interdisciplinary, but looking at one through another. Multidisciplinary is the next. That's the one where you got double majors. That's the one where you talk about, I'm learning about different disciplines. Yeah, that's multidisciplinary. The difference between that one and this one is what? This one integrates, right? We integrate, interdisciplinary. And then finally, there's transdisciplinary. That goes beyond the disciplines. Trans goes beyond the disciplines, and it usually starts with a problem, but it includes non-disciplinary. So for example, if you were to have a committee on developing a new road or something through a main street of a town, a transdisciplinary committee would look like maybe engineers, architects, city planners, you know, and then also could have chamber of commerce, shop owners, consumers, things that are not disciplinary, okay? So stay with me there. It's not disciplinary. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, good, without blasting everybody. All right, so that's that one. Then there's another one about approaches. There's a diagram about approaches, and that one looks like this. And okay, that one looks like this. Can I get it on here? Yeah, okay. So you can see the single discipline is right here. The problem discipline, okay? Here we look at cross-disciplinary. We see one discipline through another to the problem. Here's multidisciplinary. We got multiple disciplines here, but we have coming at it with three, and they don't intertwine at all. Here's interdisciplinary. See how before they get to the problem, they integrate, okay? And here's transdisciplinary. It comes from all sides, goes beyond the disciplines. Okay, this is a way to visualize some of these concepts we're talking about, to visualize that. All right, let's see. Let me close that up and let me look and see where I am before I get to Easter egg number 2. Not yet. Okay, so do those readings, take a look at those concepts, the images, and then move on to discussion 2.1, the disciplinary approach pyramid. That's what we just talked about. So what you're going to do is you're going to answer the following questions. We're going to talk about domestic terrorism. We're going to use that as an example. We're going to say, pretend the U.S. government has decided to put together a bipartisan committee to examine the growing problem of domestic terrorism. Okay, What might an intradisciplinary committee look like? What might an intradisciplinary committee look like? Add an example of that. Then go through all of them: cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is remember this: interdisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary. You see that word that's similar? Disciplinary. What is disciplinary? The root word is discipline. Discipline are academic silos. They're different areas of scholarship. Okay. A politician is not a discipline. Okay. Because you could be a politician and have never stepped foot in a political science classroom, right? You could be, a farmer in a rural county and you get elected on a government position, a politician. You could be a mayor, but you might not have any political science. So what I want you to do with these demonstrations, these examples, I want you to give me the discipline first. Then you can talk about the occupation. So a doctor is not a discipline. Okay, medicine is a discipline. Psychology is a discipline. A psychologist is not a discipline, it's an occupation. Use them both. Capitalize disciplines. When you're using them as proper nouns, capitalize them. It's easier for me to see that you know. It's not a hard, fast rule for every time, everywhere, all the time. But in this course, it is because I want to make sure you know disciplines are important. They're proper nouns in this course, okay? So, like I said, remember what a discipline is and conversely what it is not. A discipline is not a profession, okay? Mathematician is not a discipline. Mathematics is, etc. Write that discussion board and respond to 2 of your classmates, and it's worth up to 40 points. Okay, it looks like we've already got a start on that. All right, so then we get to discussion 2.2. No response is necessary. I apologize for calling it a discussion because it's not. You're just writing something. Okay, it could be called a worksheet assignment, what have you. But it's got a minimum word requirement of 350 words. You're going to describe an interdisciplinarian based on these 3 prompts. Yes, you can use the prompts in your response, okay? You can post it as a Word doc, post it right as in text, but I would like to make sure it's formatted decent. Please know how to use paragraph breaks, all right? Okay, so that's going there. That's due the 23rd. The other one's due the, let me see what it was. So the first discussion board is due on the 21st, second one's due on the 23rd. Then we've got a quiz due on the 26th. Quiz 2 is worth 30 points. Should be pretty simple. It's all multiple choice and true and false, okay? It's all taken from the text and from the readings, okay? All right, so let's do Easter egg number 2, and this is very important. I want you to know the pyramid, all right? Not the one in Egypt, the one we're talking about in this class. Know the pyramid, Easter egg number 2, okay? Know that. All right, so let's get on to the final. The quiz is due the 26th, but so is the final paper of this module. That's a plan of study. Read it. There's a rubric here. I'm going to double check to make sure it's here and working. Checked it last time, but the funniest things happen with Canvas. Yeah, there it is. Okay, look at the rubric. Then you know what I'm looking for. Then you know if you skip any of it, you get dinged for it, okay? So do well on this. It's pretty self-explanatory. Do you know how to get your DARS, your DARS, your DARS? It's on your MyASU. It should be, look under your, go look under My Programs. You should find your DARS, okay? Talk to your advisor if you need to, but you should know about your DARS. If you don't, you're putting yourself in trouble where you might take classes you don't need, or you might need classes you haven't taken, right? Okay, so there's steps here: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and you'll be fine. Take a look at it, read it. I don't think I have a word minimum here. Let's see. It should be about 4 to 5 pages. Double line space though. Don't single space. A double line space. 12-point font. Use Times New Roman. I'd appreciate it, but if you don't, I'm not gonna ding you, I don't think. Okay, unless you use Comic Sans or something. Please submit your assignment in Word and only Word. It's the only format accepted. If you get a 0, don't panic. It means you put it in PDF or something, or Pages, and I'm not going to take that. You're going to have to redo it, all right? And that's worth 100 points. So it's 1/10 of this course. So pretty important stuff. That one's due on the 26th. Now, what I want to emphasize to you guys is, there's a reflection then. Take a look at that. And I think that's it for the module. Yeah, but what I want to tell you about is be careful in getting the due dates mixed up. Okay, there's a reason I'm doing. One of the biggest complaints is I don't know why it doesn't have consistent due dates. Whatever consistent due dates means, I don't know what that means. Okay, it's meaningless. Why doesn't he have everything due on Sunday? Last day of the module. Well, it's simple because I want you to know what order to do things in, the chronological order of the assignments, because that's the way you're going to learn this course. If you put it all together one day, it's going to be a mess. Remember, George Carlin said that Mother Nature gave us time so that everything doesn't happen at once. Okay, so make sure you move along accordingly, and you'll be fine. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so you guys, I think that's it. Easter egg number 3 is, Easter egg, okay, number 3 is, yes, you're hearing this correctly. Easter egg number 3 is IDS equals integration, okay? You can see how crazy this guy is with that, all right? All right, so we made it under 16 minutes. Get a hold of me if you have questions. You have to, all right? Forks up. Have a great week.